Hey everyone, it's Brian Coquet, and in today's video we are going to cover the new keyboard that I added to my desk setup, and that is the fresh released low-profile mechanical keyboard, the Logitech released this year called MX Mechanical. I have been using this keyboard in the last weeks and I've been pleasantly surprised by it, as it has improved my productivity since the day I picked it up. And today we're going to have a look at all of the features that this keyboard has, included an overview of its design, the different options from which you can choose, together with all the specs and my final thoughts. I've also added the timestamps so that you can easily navigate through the different sections of this video. And remember to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already, as it really helps me out. The MX Mechanical is available in two different versions. The one you see in my setup is the full size, that features an integrated numpad here on the side and comes at a retail price of $170. But if you want, you can opt as well for the minimalist and space-saving MX Mechanical Mini, that comes at a lower price of $150. I'm gonna have links in the description if you want to check them out. Anyways, in both keyboards you have the possibility to choose between three types of switches, so that the typing experience can fit best your preference. I'm going to cover the difference between them later on, so make sure to stick around. For now, let's see what is included in this nice box that the keyboard comes with. When opened, we will first have the keyboard covered in paper, and then under it we can find a smaller box which contains the USB dongle that we can use instead of the Bluetooth, and a USB cable that is used to charge the keyboard. And that's it. I'm also using a Logitech MX palm rest that I bought separately, and I really like it as it is nice and minimal and fits with the style of the keyboard. It has a memory foam that makes it comfy to use when typing, and even though it's very light, it always stays where it's placed. It's a cheap upgrade that cost me $20 and helps me have some extra support when I'm typing for long periods of time. So the keyboard has this really nice and minimalist design, featuring a clean logo, nice and smooth edges, and a dual tone light and dark grey layout. This choice of color for the keycaps actually makes it somewhat easier to orient your fingers around when typing. It also feels really solid and sturdy, and there is no flex at all. The top case is made out of aluminium, and that helps with both stability and style, while the chassis is made out of post-consumer recycled plastic, that helps reduce its carbon footprint. Here you can have an overview of its weight and size. Now, it's not small, but it's not really big either. It's somewhere in the middle, and I'm really happy with the dimensions overall. In the back we can also adjust the angle if wanted, and that is actually the way I like to keep it, as I feel it really helps with ergonomics. And here at the bottom we can also find a rubber line that prevents the keyboard from slipping around when typing. Generally speaking, I think this keyboard with its sleek design and minimal look can fit perfectly in any setup. I have decided to go for the full keyboard model, as I always ended up really missing having a numpad on the side when choosing a compact layout. The keycaps are optimized both for macOS and Windows, and that's great if you often switch between both systems. On the top row we can find a lot of useful function keys, for example for adjusting brightness, for adjusting the backlit key brightness, an emoji button or screen capture button, and so on. Slightly to the right we can also find the keys that makes it possible for us to easily switch between different devices. And as mentioned in the beginning of the video, you can choose between three different types of switches, that each have a specific feel and sound. You have the tactile quiet, also known as brown switch, which gives you precise, reactive and quiet feedback. The second one is the linear, also known as red switch, which gives you a fast reactivity and ultra smooth typing feeling. And last but not least, we have the clicky one, also known as blue switch, which gives you a mechanical tactile feel with a gratifying audible click. I personally decided to go for the brown switches, but if you are unsure which one is right for you, the Logitech website has actually this really useful option, where you can see for yourself what each type of switch sounds like. Now we are going to listen to the sound of the brown switches, and after that I'm gonna also type with a few different keyboards, just to give you some perspective. Another great feature that this keyboard offers is the backlighting. The backlit keys will light up when your end will be approaching, and automatically adjust to suit your lighting conditions, resulting in optimal battery consumption. It also has 6 different backlighting effects to choose from, which are the static, that is the default effect, the breathing, the contrast, which makes the modifier keys brighter, the wave lighting, which lights up keys progressively from left to right, the random lighting, and lastly the reaction lighting, which lights up a key each time it's pressed. You can navigate through those effects by either using the Logi Option Plus or by pressing both the FN and the light bulb key at the same time. Moving on, we are going to talk about what you can expect from the battery. The battery is really good, and these are some of the specs. You can reach up to 15 days of use with the backlight on, or up to 10 months of use with the backlighting off. With a quick 15 minutes charge, you can get a full day of usage, if for some reason you forget to charge it during all that time. On the top right corner you have the battery light that will blink red when out of energy and turn green when charging. Close by there we also find a power button to manually turn on and off the keyboard, and the USB-C port from which you can charge from. Also, when charging you will still be able to fully use your keyboard without any issues. Now, Logitech products from the Master Series line are well known for the amount of customization that you can do through their software, and that is no different with the MX Mechanical. Once you've downloaded Logi Option Plus, you will have an overview of your Logitech devices, including the exact charge level. By selecting the keyboard, you will have the possibility of customizing the function keys to your preference, even perhaps specifically if wanted. You also will have other options available for customizing the backlighting, for switching between devices, and lastly, to have an overview over some settings, like software updates, for example. Also, when installing Logi Option Plus with both a mouse and a keyboard connected, you will be able to use something called Logitech Flow, that basically will enable you to move your mouse through different devices and operating systems seamlessly. When setting up this keyboard, you can either choose to use the USB receiver included in the packaging or the Bluetooth. I have it connected via Bluetooth, as it totally makes sense for me to save some USB ports for other devices, but if you are experiencing issues with connectivity, the dongle will probably take care of those, and you can use one receiver to connect both your keyboard and mouse to your computer. Talking about my setup, a few people have complained in the past that the Mac Mini has a weak connectivity, but I personally have not experienced any issues so far with using my keyboard and mouse via Bluetooth. With this keyboard, you can easily switch between 3 devices with just a press of a button. All you need to do is pair each device to a specific number, and you can easily do that by pressing for a couple of seconds the desired key. It will then start flashing, and you will be able to connect it to your device of preference, that being wherever you like, your computer, iPad or other. So to wrap this up, the new Logitech MX Mechanical is the ultimate productivity keyboard. With its sleek low-profile design, its ergonomics and customization, you will have plenty of fun. Now, it's not cheap, but it has been well worth the money for me, and can be an investment that you're gonna appreciate for a long period of time. Also, when paired with the MX Master 3 or 3S, you will have access to probably the best productivity combo out there, and I can't recommend it enough. Anyways, which version are you guys gonna pick? The full size or the mini? Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or maybe any suggestions for a future video. And please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this one. I will catch you guys next. Peace, Cookie out.